My roommate in second year once told me that if you meet at least 50% of the qualifications on a job description, you're good to go. What he meant was that as long as I met half of the qualifications on the job description, I was qualified enough to apply for the position. And he heard this from a recruiter, so it's not something that he made up. At least I hope not. But over the years, as I apply to more job postings, what he said really starts to make a lot of sense. Here's why. When companies write job descriptions, they want to put out as much relevant information as possible to attract the right kind of talent. Everyone, and especially recruiters, know that there's no perfect candidate. So think of recruiting for a role like finding the right apartment or room to rent. You have a large list of qualities that the space should have: an attached bathroom, a balcony, a large living space, a den, and things like that. Now, when you start house hunting, you know you're going to compromise on something. Just what that thing is really depends on the house you're looking at. If the house compensates for a missing quality with something else that makes you feel really good about living there, you end up renting that space. So compare the room you're living in right now versus what you had in mind. I'm not saying that you should regret where you live, but I'm highlighting the fact that your priorities changed based on a range of factors, one of them being how good the existing qualities are in comparison to the entire laundry list you made when you started house hunting. Now let's come back to job postings because recruiting has the same process. Recruiters pile information into a laundry list of all the things that have enabled a previous or existing employee to excel in that role, which could be hard skills such as data analytics, financial modeling, and soft skills such as presentation skills, project management, etc. Additionally, they go to the teams that are looking to hire someone and ask about more specific information on what they're looking for in that candidate. Maybe that team works in a fast-paced environment, so they're looking for someone who has experience working in such environments. Or maybe the work involves collaborating with multiple internal teams, so it would really benefit the candidate and the team if the candidate has experience working in a cross-functional environment. Product managers generally work with a team of developers, designers, and business analysts, so working in a cross-functional environment is usually mentioned in almost all PM job descriptions. Now let's talk about how you can get that arbitrary 50% of meeting the qualifications on a job description. If you're early into your career, it can be very discouraging to see a large list of qualifications that you need to stand out from the applicant pool. So here's some ways I found effective in helping you tailor your application to the internships you will apply to. I mentioned hard skills and soft skills earlier, right? So hard skills are basically things which you have some sort of expertise in. And these are usually directly tied to your output as an employee. So doing effective analysis of data using Excel, Power BI, or Python makes you somewhat of an expert in your own capacity in that field. Thanks to the digital era, there's tons of online courses you could do that will help you dip your feet into the hard skills you're looking to gain. These courses are usually not that expensive and let you work on their modules in your own time. And besides giving you expertise in that field, a large advantage of doing these courses is the bragging rights. Just by listing these courses on your resume, you increase the chances of your resume getting picked out when companies screen job applications. This is largely due to the fact that a lot of companies today use an applicant tracking system or an ATS to identify applications that might be a good fit based on predetermined criteria, aka the qualifications on the job description. And the best part about these courses is that you could find courses today for almost anything you imagine, even soft skills. Now that's a great segue into the idea of soft skills, right? And as you probably already guessed, soft skills are less about the direct output of your work and more about how you get the work done. Are you a good presenter of PowerPoint decks? How good are you at managing your time? How well do you articulate when you speak? And believe it or not, there's online courses that could teach you such soft skills. But personally, I'm not the biggest fan of developing my soft skills that way, but I recommend you to do what suits your style. I say that because soft skills, like most, are learned by doing. You could practice your Python skills alone in your room by downloading a bunch of problems from the internet, but you can't really do that with, say, articulating yourself well in meetings or one-on-one conversations. This is pretty much because soft skills require human connection. You could practice your speech in front of your mirror all you want, but you still get nervous when you know there's eyes on you. Now, this doesn't mean that it's impossible to develop soft skills. It's just that you need to just get out and do them in front of people to grow in confidence. This is where personal projects, case competitions, and hackathons come in. They give you such a fantastic platform to apply your hard skills and develop your soft skills in one whole package. You also get recognition, either on LinkedIn or within the student community, for your skills and achievements, which can give you the extra confidence boost you need to apply to your dream internship. As I enter my final year here at UBSee, I can only look back at all the projects, case comps, and hackathons and how they helped me with my career today. In fact, my first co-op term was at Scotiabank, and that happened as a direct result of participating and coming third in the Scotiabank Hackathon in August of 2020. Your greatest asset as a student in the early stages of your career aren't your skills or experiences, but the time and flexibility you have to try new things and grow. The last thing I want to leave you with is feedback. Rejection is very common in the job search process. Most people, even the ones you think have a solid application, get rejected more often than they get accepted. And believe it or not, rejection will help you become a better applicant than your successes. Here's how. Reaching out to recruiters for feedback helps you know where exactly you didn't make the cut. Maybe you had everything they were looking for. It's just that they couldn't find it when they read your application. Secondly, it helps you stand out as an applicant. By asking for feedback, you've just created a one-on-one thread with a recruiter, which will help you build a connection. It also showcases your desire to improve, which is a very attractive quality to have.